Okay, new problem, 4-19. In 2014, the average debt for college student loans is $32,300. This amounts to a $300 monthly payment for a standard loan repayment plan over 10 years. So what monthly interest rate is being charged on this typical student loan? So in this question you can see that if the loan amount is $32,300, so that means it is P, okay, initial loan $32,300, and the monthly amounts for of the repayment are $300. So you take a loan of $32,300, you return $300 each month, and then you completely repay the loan in 10 years. Okay, 10 years. So what interest rate is basically being charged on this? And the interest rate is the monthly interest rate, because the payments are monthly payments. So we need to find the interest rate, and that will be the monthly interest rate. So in this case 10 years will be equal to 120 months. So therefore a total of 120 payments, so 1220 payments, so each payment is $300. So 12 times 3 is something like $360,000. 120 months, 300, so that makes it like 12 times 3 is $36,000. So in total you will return $36,000 on a loan of $32,300. So what interest rate is actually involved? So we have the equation P is equal to A into 1 plus I power n minus 1 over I into 1 plus I power n. So if you input these values, 32,300 is equal to 300 into 1 plus I power n minus 1 over I into 1 plus I power n, and n, the value of n is 120 months. So in this case you will see that the equation is not directly solvable for the value of I, which we need to determine. So we must use some method like trial and error method to find the value of I. So for this different approaches are available. So some approaches use the properties of the similar triangles to approximate the value of I, or for hand calculations. So in Microsoft Excel you can also use the direct function like rate, okay, rate function, to find the value of I. So for example, in this rate function you will need to input the values of these number of periods, and the annual or monthly payments, and the principal amounts, and then it will give you the value of the interest rate. So rate function in Excel. So for the hand calculations you can use the trial and error method. So for example, first of all you need to simplify this equation. So if you simplify this equation, so you will have this 1 plus I power 120 minus 1 over I into 1 plus I power 120, and that will be equal to 32,300 divided by 300. So this is 32,300 divided by 300. This is equal to 107.67667, approximate value 107.67. Okay, so by this, in this trial and error method, you will assume some value of I, and you will calculate this expression. Okay, so for example, let's take I is equal to 1% or 0.01. okay, 0.01. So we need to put this value of 0.01 over here and then calculate it. So in this way you will find the value. So let's I is equal to 0.01. Then what is this value? What is the value of this left hand side? Left hand side of, so for this I is equal to 0.01, the left hand side will be equal to 69.7. 69.7. Okay, and it is just a guesswork, right? And so let's suppose this value is now 0.03. okay, then the left hand side of this will be equal to, so it will be equal to 32.37. 32.37. But this by this I can see that the value of is decreasing. We need some value which is equal to 107.67. Therefore I think it will be better if I take the value of I which is less than 0.01. so suppose I take it 0.003. okay, 0.003. so what is the value of the left hand side for this? 100.65. so which is now relatively closer to this 107.65. so we can say that the interest rate is very nearly equal to this value. So maybe I can assume another value, 0.0025. okay, what is the value of left hand side? So this time this value is 103.56. 103.56. so I can go with one more trial, maybe 0.002. I hope that this time I will get rather very close value. So I get a value of 106.59. so which is relatively close to my target value of 107.6. I can refine it more, and but at this moment I think this much accuracy is acceptable. So I can say that the interest rate is 0.002, or the answer is approximately 0.2% per month. In fact, a more precise answer is something like 0.183%. And just to show you how to use the rate function in Excel, so let's look at here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so the rate function is, just put the equal sign first, rate, and then it will ask the NPER, that means the number of payment periods. So in this case 120, and then it will ask PMT, the amount of payment. So if you are paying it like 300, so it should be input as negative 300. And then initially you got a PV, that means initially what was the loan which you got. This amount was $32,300. Remember that in order for this formula to work, the values of PMT and the value of PV should have opposite signs. So I put the negative sign for 300 because this is what you are paying, and I have put the positive sign, or put a positive value for 32,300. This is what you got it. If you put the same sign like positive for both or negative for both, so this formula, this rate function in Excel will not work. After inputting these values, just hit the enter button, and you will get a value of 0% over here. In fact, don't believe this value, because this is the formatting default format of this rate function, that it will give you the answer without any decimal place. So you need to manually increase the decimal place. So you will click the increase decimal button over here 2 times, 3 times, or maybe 4 times. So you will get a more precise answer of 0.1827%. So this 0.1827% is rather a more precise value, or 0.183% per month. So more precise. Of course, we did this, found this 0.2% value by only hand calculations, and in the exams you don't you will not have any such thing like Excel available, but you should be able to get as relatively close or reasonably closer answer as we have got here as well. So, but from my experience, I know that this can be obtained in 2-3 trials, as we have done here before.